Funded in Birmingham, Phillips Cycles started out making pedals and handlebars. By the early 1900s, they realized they could simply bolt all these parts together and sell a whole bicycle. Now, if only the English would catch on to cold beer next, well, they'd be set. Now, this fine specimen here, it's a 1954, obviously a girl's bike with how the frame is. It was a machine forged in the soot-choked lungs of Birmingham, back when Great Britain wasn't just a nostalgic fever dream sold on tea towels. Phillips was once the second largest bicycle producer in the world, churning out millions of these steel skeletons for the weary masses who needed to get from their damp flats to the local mill without the thought of collapsing. Now let's just take a second and paint an image here. Now imagine the person that probably bought this new. Agnes. Agnes saved every copper farthing and every silver shilling, skipping lunch for 6 months just to afford this step-through freedom machine. She bought it to escape the gravity of a town where the cobblestones were laid by her great-grandfather's arthritic hands, and they haven't moved an inch since the Corn Laws. She thought she'd ride past the horizon, but in 1954, your world was 20 people you've known since birth, and your world was also just a pub that smelled like wet wool and failure. Agnes, well, she rode it to the market, she rode it to church, and she died in the same zip code she was born in, trapped in a constant, eternal loop of beige. It was the 1950s. If a woman wanted a good time, she didn't have a plastic device with 3 speeds and a USB charger. No, sir. She had this rigid steel frame and the violent, rhythmic vibrations of low-pressure tires on uneven stone. I mean, this one has 3 speeds too, but we all usually left it in first. And now, here it is, in my possession, 70 years later, and we're bringing this thing back to life. But we're not going to be repainting it. To paint this thing would be a sin. The rust stays, and we're keeping the patina of a nation that thinks spicing things up means adding a second grain of salt to a gray, boiled kidney. We're making it safe, we're making it rideable, and then we'll enjoy the fruits of our labors. Even though Agnes is long gone, her bicycle remains. A stubborn, rusted prophecy that some things simply refuse to die. Once we scrub away the decades of neglect and lubricate all the bearings, this little iron workhorse will be ready for a new soul. I'm hoping to sell it to someone that'll give it another good home, where it'll probably outlive them, and the owner after that, and probably the heat death of the universe. And when it's gone, we'll find another hunk of old, bipedal steel to save. Now, I don't have much else to say that's going to be funny, or elaborate, or prophetic, so the rest of the video is just going to be simply ASMR. And I don't have any music to put on this without the fear of a copyright strike, so I don't want to do that again. Anyways, guys, I'll thank you in advance for your time in watching this. And I can't believe we're well over 1,000 subscribers. I appreciate it so very much. You know, it's been a really fun voyage for me to start trying to figure out how to film stuff and edit and give you guys content hopefully y'all really enjoy. As always, I'll see you on the next one.
Oh no.